Welcome back. Chronixx is often hailed as the man leading the so-called revival of roots one drop reggae in the Jamaican space. This as a result of his performance as a recording artist on a number of hit tracks.
Give me the one drop beat and a mind. Let me talk from my heart and not pretend, yeah.
But Chronixx's work in reggae goes far deeper than voice. The 21-year-old is pretty much a jack of all trades in music. He writes, composes, records, mixes, and executive produces his own tracks and comes to our stage right now with Dread and Terrible, a project in which all those skills are employed. Chronixx, right now, right here on our stage. Blessed love, sir. Dreads. Dread and Terrible. Explain that name for us.
Well, I always say, what is good and pleasant in Zion is dread and terrible in Babylon.
Okay.
So, we are dread and terrible. We are the outcasts. We are the black heart people from day one, but now we are the brand for tourism, and we are the...
So you're embracing the negative?
So we just remind the system of who we really are. We are the same black heart people who weren't allowed to buy land, who had our land stolen from us, who still is being robbed of our land, even as we speak. And we are, so the old project now, it kind of highlight them thing there, to them, to our generation, and it's in a very creative way, a way where I reach out to the ones before we, who is also the same politicians and government people, and also the youths of our generation. And we are giving them music that is educating them about our history as a people who were taken from our continent, brought here, for do the work of the wicked, and now, we are granted a peace, a liberation, and, we just have to sing for the rest of it,
Okay, so you embrace the negative name, which supposed
well,
to
it's
be...
not a negative name, it's a positive name, because we dread and we're terrible in Babylon.
In Babylon,
that's
right? Yes, that's what I'm saying.
In Babylon.
So you say Babylon, that's what you want to call me?
It's Babylon within.
Yes, so in Babylon call you that, so you're dread and you're terrible.
Yeah.
So you embrace it and say, okay, I'm dread and I'm terrible.
I'm dread and I'm terrible.
And so that's a project. It's a musical project in which you are executive producing, you write, you mix. You're even doing artwork, Chronixx. Talk about it.
Yeah, well, I was a little involved in the art. Not a little, pretty much involved. But the artwork was really led by this brethren called Andrew. He's from Malta. That's an Italian island close to Spain.
Okay.
So he did the artwork that we are seeing, and also we had Patasha, who is assisting from Jamaica. We have Matthew, who is now working on the branding for the whole Spirulina track. He's doing the artwork behind that. So and then we had Raskasa, who along with myself and the whole Zinc Fence creative entity, we came up with a little film that will be released with the video.
Oh.
With the project on April 1st. So, it's a thing where in music, it can get boring. If I have to come on stage and talk about the same things every time, you will get bored of me, I will get bored of you.
Right.
And, if you always tour the same way, with the same kind of music, with the same kind of things, then, it's not really exciting. So, we have to do things that are exciting while doing our rightful work at the same time.
But isn't it very unusual for somebody at your stage, your age, to be able to do so many things in music, isn't it?
To be doing so many things, is what really is naturally as human beings and as beings, We are multi-dimensional beings, so we have to extend ourselves in. We have to be multifaceted, as they will say.
Right.
And you have to extend yourself in different arenas to really explore the fullness of living. Okay. Because there's so much to do as a one treading through this lifetime. So it's not easy. That's the first thing, because many youths choose the easy way out and just sit down and just don't do nothing. You know what I mean? But like, when you feel that calling, when you feel that pressing, when you feel that purpose, you know that thing where you can't sleep with at night time if you don't get certain things done, and if, you know what I mean? Your dreams will become a nightmare if you don't fulfill them.
Okay. So is it why you try to do it yourself, do so many things yourself?
No, well, I don't do things myself. My team is vast, ever growing, every day.
Right, but that frustration that you may feel, or nightmare as you call it, if you don't get to express, to do things. For example, you, in the middle of the night you get a vibes, you can actually go and record that energy and mix it yourself.
Right side of my bed, the studio there.
Right, so you can express without having to call up a crew or a team and so
yeah,
on.
But the good thing is, if I do have to call up a team and I call them, they're there. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. Okay. So like, I don't want anyone to get the impression that Chronixx is a man going around doing 10 million things with him 2 hands. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, we have much more than just 2 hands within Chronixx music group. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I can't even name everybody, but there's a lot of people working within production. You know what I mean? And we have even an extended family. Like on this project we had John produced 1 track, Pierre, who is also one of my managers, produced 1 track.
Okay.
2 tracks from it, and Winter James produced 2 tracks. Here Comes Trouble and Capture, and I produced 2 tracks.
So your team is a team of multitask
yeah, man,
people,
because Winter James now is also Damian Marley's keyboard player.
Yes.
So he had to mix Capture on tour while he was touring with Damian Marley. You know what I mean? So, and Pierre had to be mixing my work while he was planning my tour. And he had to be going to studio, and the engineer who mixed the songs in Paris is also, he is Alpha Blondy's engineer. Okay. So he had to mix those songs on and off tour with Alpha Blondy last year when I met up with you guys in Europe. So it's from them time that the project really on its way and thing. So I mean, for sure, yeah, nobody in music is really doing one thing anymore, because as a musician, the gift of music is the gift of music. And then we now choose the different things that we want to do, because I believe, you know, not every singer can write, but him probably can play guitar. Okay. And him probably can mix, you know what I mean? And not every engineer can sing, but him probably can compose, you know what I mean? And him probably can write. So every man you don't just get one gift.
I remember talking to Soja, and everybody in the band, just about everyone in the band, is doing more than one thing.
Yeah.
They're doing more, everybody is doing more than one thing. And it's, some people, some of the things they're doing have nothing to do with music.
Yeah.
Some are doing things that are totally outside of music. In fact, the guitar tuner is now the guitarist, the lead guitarist, and those things. And they were telling me that when they're traveling, instead of, there's a man who's in charge of, for example, all the baggage, and making sure that everybody, and the itinerary and so on. And he's a member of the band who is actually on stage playing.
Yeah, man.
Is that how you set up too? Yeah, and is that the new paradigm in music?
I did a show in London, in Scala, and the day after I had a meeting with Virgin Records. And the head of Virgin Records was like, "Who is your drummer?" He's a crazy guy. Because in the middle of the set, before our set started, the keyboards weren't working. Some other things are going on with the stage mix. And we only have one engineer. So that engineer is dealing with house. So there's nobody from our team working on stage. So him just get up from around the drum, take off his shirt, fix the keyboard, tune up the thing. And Elisha is a man when we're up on the tour, if the tour bus broke down, him go fix the tour bus, because him is an engineer, he's a mechanic, and him is a drummer, you know what I mean? So, and him is like 24 years old, you know what I mean? So like, who says you can't really do different things, you know what I mean? Like, my logo here, that you see here, is Kelly's that designed it, and you know, she's an artist, and Protege, I met him as a producer in Kabaka, you know what I mean? I was producing for them, and Protege was releasing Kabaka's project. And so it's like everybody really do different things. So I met Dre Island as a level 7 piano player. I never know him as an artist when I just meet him, you know? then I hear say this man is an artist, and then me hear man him bad. So I say, well, you know, a man play piano, him sing, him do all different. Jay Allen's a producer also. He produces a great portion of his music. So
Chronixx Music Limited is a full-service company. Everything is under one roof.
Yeah, because we have different things that come underneath Chronixx Music Limited, you know what I mean? Like as in record production and even the whole legal thing we deal with, because, you know, I try look within the legal aspects of music, because, you know what I mean, at the same time we are not, you know, there's not much that I can make from music the way I do music right now. Okay. You know what I mean? Because it requires a lot to mobilize a team like us. So, you know what I mean, probably what a next man makes from touring and them thing than performing, like, we don't really see that.
Yes.
So we have to secure the legal aspect. So we look into that, we look into the artistic side.
So you're still investing?
It's our company.
Yes.
Seeing,
so much of what we see now and all the excitement around you is part of your investment in music.
Yeah, because I mean, when you eat, all right, first of all, I'm an unsigned artist.
Yes.
As an unsigned artist, you have to prepare for do as much as you can, because that's what the labels would do for you.
Yes.
They would shoot a big budget video. So if ever you find yourself with even quarter of that budget, do a video. You know what I mean? Do a project, invest in a project, you know what I mean? Because that's who you are, you're an artist.
So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far by choose.
Stay with us. Our chat with Chronixx continues after the break.
And them say, here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior.